And we say good morning to you. We're broadcasting live. We're on the road again like Willie Nelson. On the road again. That was terrible. Good morning to you. We're live at Mike's Medicine Mart in Kingsport. Again, all Nature's Way products are going to be 20% off the entire month of December here at Mike's. I'm going to be talking to Dr. Barry Walton. Also, coming up a little bit later in the show, we're going to hear from NASCAR driver Denny Hamlin, talking about 2016, how it went for him. We're going to be talking about Tennessee basketball, the Lady Bucks. Mark Martin's in the news, a lot of high school basketball in the news. A local young man unfortunately got hurt playing pro football for representing us and is out for the season. So a lot of things going on. And so we'll be talking about that coming up here throughout the course of the show. Also going to be joined by Rob Cole from Bays Mountain Park, see what's going on up on the mountain for this Christmas season. Also, Angie Marshall from the Kingsport Theater Guild is going to come by. We're joined right now by a gentleman who's in here. Think the world of this young man, this young feller. Sheriff Wayne Anderson of the Solomon County Sheriff's Department. Good morning, sir. How you doing?
Good morning. Good to be here.
Yeah.
I didn't know you were going to be here, but it's great to be here.
Well, I thought your peeps called my peeps. Said, yeah, I want to be up there. Nah, it was a stroke of luck, but it was meant to be. So I want to get you on camera here real quick. Let folks see you. There he is, Sheriff Anderson. Well, there you go. From the Solomon County Sheriff's Department. How long have you been sheriff?
Let's see, 19 years.
19 years.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm second longest serving sheriff in history of our county.
Is it really? Are you really? I'm sorry. Are you really?
Yeah.
You have them for Christmas. You do a lot of things for the kids, and the prisoners help out and do some different things. Tell me I know you do bicycles from time to time, helping out the kids with bicycles. What's some of the things you do to help the kids at Christmas in the county?
Well, the thing we have coming up this weekend on Saturday and Sunday both is Toys from Cops. And we started that 15 years ago.
Awesome.
And we started out at the Montgomery Ward's Service Center because they closed down, and they gave us that place to have it. And we didn't have enough toys or anything really to kind of fill up the floor. And but this year we'll have at least 1,000 kids come through there. And Speedway Charities gave us $11,000, and then other different businesses have given us money to buy toys. So now we give away probably $50,000, $60,000 worth of toys. And we'll have 1,000 kids come through there. So that's my favorite time of the year.
Wow. This coming Saturday.
Yeah. But now on Saturday, you have to have an invitation from your school to come in, because they pick out all these kids in the school that really, really, truly need
the help.
Yeah. And they come in on Saturday, and then on Sunday, it's open for everybody. You know, anybody out there that knows anybody that's really, really needed, kids need some toys or clothes or whatever, then they can come in, and it's free. Just come in and sign your name in and walk through.
And where will this be at, physically being held at?
Pizza Plus. It's the old Food Country building in Blountville, and they won't miss it. They just pass the Burger King like they're going toward Bristol. It's over on the right, and they can't miss it.
There you go. We're talking to Sheriff Wayne Anderson. So it's called Toys for Cops.
Yeah. Toys from Cops.
And you're going to help how many kids, you say?
There'll be 1,000 kids come
Wow.
through there, not counting the parents and everything that comes with them. So it's rock and roll from 9 o'clock in the morning to 5 o'clock in the afternoon, and it's just a constant flow of people coming through.
A lot of need out there, isn't there?
There is, yeah.
I want to say thanks to you, and of course you didn't know I was going to do this, but anytime I get a chance, I go up to just about every time I see a law enforcement officer sitting eating somewhere or whatever, I say thank you for what you do.
I appreciate that.
Because blue lives do matter, and you guys and ladies get a bum rap, and so, but I see in our country, I see a turn. I see a lot of folks supporting you all and getting behind you where I didn't see it a year ago, so I think that's a good thing. It's a great thing.
I've been in law enforcement 42 years, and this is the first year in 42 years that people come up to you and say thank you for your service. And they've done things for us. You know, our churches have had little dinners for us, and not just for law enforcement, but for all first responders. And that's really nice. And the officers really appreciate that. They think a lot of that.
Absolutely.
They do.
And I'm glad you do, because if you guys weren't there, and ladies, what happens if, we can only imagine what would be if we never law enforcement. Right. So I thank you. And again, one more time, it's Toys from Cops. Yep. This coming Saturday and Sunday. Right. Saturday by invitation, Sunday open to anybody.
Right, exactly.
In Blountville, and the old Food Country right there on the main drag in Blountville, right?
Yeah, there'll be a ton of cars out there and people. There's no way, and then the officers will be working traffic out front, so you can't miss it. And I hope everybody comes out.
Merry Christmas to you and yours.
Have a Merry Christmas yourself.
Yeah, you're a good guy.
Well, thank you.
You're a good guy, Charlie Brown. So, Sheriff Wayne Anderson, yes, sir. Appreciate him very much. And again, he is the sheriff here in Solomon County, and as you heard him say, for many, many years, and I appreciate that. very, very much him doing that. Again, we're live here again at Mike's Medicine Mart. Make tracks to Max, and you do. And we are located again. Whoop, there's my camera. Located. There we go. The stand just busted. Thank you, Sheriff Anderson, says Bobby Maupin. There you go. So, folks, understand that. We're on Facebook Live. And, again, we appreciate you allowing us to be with you here again on the Tom Taylor Sports Show. Good morning, Ben Foy. How you doing, my friend?
I'm doing all good.
Yeah, there you go. How about that? I got a chance to talk to a gentleman that's been in the law enforcement for many, many, many years and doing great things for our law enforcement folks. And so blue lives do matter, don't they? Absolutely. So, again, toys from cops. So there you go. That's coming up again, as you heard him say, this Saturday and Sunday. That's going to be the old food country in Blumpville here in East Tennessee. And so hello to Kim Brown watching up in West Virginia. Kathy Sparks, hello to you. We're live on AM 790. We're also at WETV790.com, streaming audio, and also at Facebook Live. We're live here at Mike's Medicine Mart. Make tracks to Mike's, you do. Do also want to plug, when I get a chance, to plug Locks for Love, the American Cancer Society. We are growing our hair to get it to the length. We hope it's going to be there soon so we get it whacked off and start over, but it's been a while. Ben, I guess when I've told you many times, my friend, both publicly and privately, what I found out in this deal is when you get my age, your hair don't grow as fast as it used to, so it has to get to a certain length that hasn't made it there yet. So until then, we'll just keep growing it, and once we do, we'll get it whacked off and donate it to the American Cancer Society. We start our show, of course, we always dedicate our show to the Lord Jesus, is the way it works. And so, again, he hung on the cross for all of us. It's his birthday. You know what's funny about this birthday season, too, Ben Foy, is that, you know, when you have your birthday, my birthday, you're front and center. I just like to have a birthday when you're ignored. or you have to share it with somebody, you know. On my special birthday, or your special day, your birthday, it should be your day, but on his day, he's sharing it with Rudolph and the Grinch and elves and Santa Claus and Frosty the Snowman, and it's his birthday. And then on top of that, which I think is pretty cool, you know, even the folks that say they don't believe, well, he still impacts them because the calendar is set up because of the birth of Jesus, 2016 AD, of course. So even those who say they don't believe in him, they're still impacted by him, because every time you write a check or every time you put a date down on a calendar or whatever, it's the calendar set up because of him. So there you go. Here we go. Isaiah 58:11 as the verse gets us started today. I will guide you always. I will satisfy your needs in a sun-scorched land. You will strengthen your frame. You'll be like a well-watered garden, like a spring whose waters never fail. I will guide you always. Boy, does he ever. You know, when I did it, I bombed it. Now I'll let him do it. It runs a whole lot smoother when I let the King of Kings run the show. So anyway, that's our verse for the day to get us started. We're live here again at Mike's Medicine Mart. We got some sell items. Karen, do you have the buggy? Do you really? Oh, the lady, the hostess with the mostest. She's got goodies. Oh, look. I said, can you bring me some show and tell? And she's brought a buggy. Can't beat that. So give me an item. And what are they? 70. What's the price breakdown? Is there a percentage? But these are some of the Christmas items. These sell price or regular price? Regular price. All right, here is Russell Stover candy. These are assorted fine chocolates they're already wrapped up, pre-packaged, assorted fine chocolates. Okay, that's available here at Mike's Medicine Mart. We're going to get into the sports here in just a second. We've got Tennessee basketball we're going to talk about. And also Ben's got, old Ben, producer extraordinaire, did it again. He has went and got the Army-Navy national anthem that was sung on Saturday's game at the Army-Navy game. We're going to hear that coming up here in a minute. Ooh, check out this. This how much is this? I'll try here. $16.99. Here's a snowman. Looks, you almost passed for me. Snowman. That's sharp looking. I'm not doing it justice here. Let me pull it back here. There's the snowman on the camera, the Facebook Live, and of course you can't see it on the radio, but there you go. That's another sell item or another item for Christmas. Ooh, here's a mug for under $15 full of candy. It's a hot chocolate mug. And so this is a Santa Claus mug here, a little show and tell from Mike's Medicine Mart. We are broadcasting live. All right. Here's another, it's a Yankee candle. And this one's called Candy Cane Lane. Already wrapped up and ready to go. Good stocking stuffer for a teacher or someone that you have to give a gift for under $10, because this one goes for $7.49. Yankee candle, and again, the, what do you call it, scent or fragrance? What do you call a candle? Who?
Fragrance.
You said that so quick, like you should know that, Tom. Fragrance, Candy Cane Lane. Like, she looked at me like, moron, it's fragrance. She didn't say it, but she looked that way. That's okay. I'm a slow learner. Russell Stover assorted fine chocolates. These are individually wrapped. Again, if you're going to a party, you need to throw them out in a bowl or whatever. These are also available here at Mike's Medicine Mart. Handcrafted in small batches. This is a Russell Stover, and this retails for how much, Miss Karen? Under a whole bag of Russell Stovers. Mint patties, caramels, coconuts, pecan delights. All this in one bag, and it goes for $9.99. There you go. Can't beat that. So we got a system going on here. Is that a few more things? Let's see. Ooh, now we're getting down to it. The Amish Country White Hulless, Hulless, Hulless microwave popcorn. Got that in stock here at Mike's Medicine Mart. How much are these, young lady? $1.59. How about that? Is that everything? You got any? That it? Mm-hmm. Oh, let me see the. Oh, I love peanut brittle. Let me at least push that. Old Dominion peanut brittle. Yeah. These are some of the gift giving ideas. How much is this, Sunshine? Good. It's a mystery prize. Oh, I am a kid in the candy store. This is awesome. So anyway, Old Dominion peanut brittle, and of course on the Facebook it's backwards. I don't know. Why is that? Why do you put it on the camera? It's backwards. I don't get that. But no. So anyway, it's backwards, but it's Old Dominion peanut brittle. All this are some of the things you can get here at Mike's Medicine Mart. And of course, Nature's Way products. Again, 20% off the month of December here at Mike's Medicine Mart. It's the Tom Taylor Sports Show. We are live again at Mike's Medicine Mart. Been here for many, many, many years in a brand new store. We're going to be talking to our buddy Dr. Barry Walton coming up here in just a little while. See what's going on from his side of the fence. Tennessee basketball last night. The Volunteers, they got to learn how to finish. Robert Hubbs III scoring 25, made a key block in the last minute last night as Tennessee held on to beat Tennessee Tech 74-68 after leading by as many as 22 points early in the second half and blew the lead. Wow. So anyway, Tennessee's fast first half performance and struggle down the stretch came 2 days, of course. We talked about this on Monday. The Volunteers took North Carolina to the wire. In fact, led them by 15 points in the ball game and couldn't hang on. Lost to North Carolina 73-71 in Chapel Hill. So last night in Knoxville, they had to hang on to beat Tennessee Tech 74-68. But the Volunteers get a win for Rick Barnes. Again, they're playing next Thursday night. They're going to be in Johnson City at Freedom Hall in a sellout show. It will be a show, but a sellout game rather. And it's going to be between the Bucks and the Tennessee Volunteers. That'll be coming up again next Thursday at Freedom Hall in Johnson City. Again, we are live at Mike's Medicine Mart on Center Street in Kingsport, having a big time here on this Wednesday. Coming up in a few minutes, going to be joined by Rob Cole from Bays Mountain Park. Also, Angie Marshall from the Kingsport Theater Guild. She's going to stop by and tell us about a couple of productions. In fact, I'm going to try and go see one this weekend myself. And so we'll talk to her about that coming up here in a few minutes. Also, Chick-fil-A, the Crossings in North Johnson City, one of our great sponsors. They've got a deal going on today. Buy one, get one for a gallon of tea. How about that? For every gallon you buy, you can get one free. So guess where I'm heading, Ben Foy, at some point here in the day. And we'll go by and get a gallon, grab a gallon, get a gallon, buy one, get one free gallons of tea at Chick-fil-A at the Crossings in North Johnson City. So that's going on today. And so, hello, Miss Kathy Hobbs Arnold. Good morning, young lady, to you. Appreciate you very much. And so those are some of the things going on again. And so Chick-fil-A at the Crossings in North Johnson City, tea is buy one, get one free. And so that's all day long till 10 o'clock tonight at Chick-fil-A at the Crossings in North Johnson City, where we broadcast live from a lot. Tom Taylor Sports Show. Quick break. We'll come right back. We got more for you. Again, we'll give you an update on the National Football League. Got some baseball to talk about, college basketball, also some NBA, the National Hockey League. We'll talk about a young man here locally that played football locally, went on and played for the San Francisco 49ers and got hurt. He's out for the season. We'll tell you all about that coming up. So we're live here at Mike's Medicine Mart on the Tom Taylor Sports Show on AM 790 WETB. Oh. Everything okay, Ben Boy? Okay. That was pretty cool. The sheriff stopped by. He's just in there picking up some medicine. So he's always good to talk. He's a class act. Okay. No, no, it really isn't. That's cool. That's one of the beauties of it. Coming out of this, I'll set it up. Okay, I can't hear today. So. Hey, Facebook folks, be sure and follow me on the Tom Taylor Sports Show, and you have been. It's going up big time. We thank you. And also Twitter me, Tom Taylor Sports. Also follow my personal Facebook page, Tom Taylor. And so we appreciate you very much. And it is growing, and that's a good thing. That's what we want. So thank you, thank you, thank you. So we're getting ready to go back on radio here in just a second. So thank you, Bobby Mompin. Very nice what you said. Appreciate that very, very much. So. Back again at Max Medicine Mart, again, where Nature's Way products are 20% off the entire month of December here at Max. Make tracks to Max, and you do. And again, we thank you for being with us on this Wednesday, December the 14th. You can do the math. You've got, 10 days to shop for Christmas, and you've got some great gift-giving ideas. We gave you some already, the Russell Stover candy and all the different Burt's Bees. They have that in here. We're going to go around here with Dr. Walton here in a few minutes and kind of see what's going on as far as gift-giving ideas for Christmas 2016. Let's see. I do want to step in right now, as promised, is go back to the studio. And again, the folks on Facebook can't hear this. We're working to get that fixed, but to get the right cords in here to be able to hear that audio that we're doing on the radio as well. But again, we want to go back to the radio station, and right now we want to hear, as Ben pulled this off, and we appreciate that, the national anthem that was sung Saturday, the Army Navy. I guess it was a mixed. It was from both Army and the Navy, right? It looked like they were. Yeah, they were two different color coats. That's the only way I could determine it. I think there was the light blue or the charcoal were the Navy, the midshipmen singers, and then the black jacketed folks were the Army folks, I think. But anyway, it looks like it's a mixed group. They're fabulous no matter who was out there singing. Here it is, our national anthem sung by the Army-Navy Choral. Again, before the football game last Saturday, the Army-Navy game. Let's hear it right here on the Tom Taylor Sports Show. Yeah, of course I can't hear a thing. You just have to cue me in. Yeah, they did. Yep. Oh. Army Navy again singing the national anthem, which is awesome, and again hit the bell. We're awful proud of the Army Navy, and anybody that sings the national anthem, that's good stuff. Again, we're still in the greatest country in the world. I believe that with all my heart, and I think you're beginning to see a little shift, Ben Foy. And again, you can attribute it to Donald Trump. I don't even attribute it to. I guess you would to him, but I see a kind of a turn in patriotism in our country, and it's needed, obviously. So we're not where we need to be, where we once were, but I think we may be heading in the right direction, and that certainly makes you get kind of fired up to hear the Army-Navy folks sing together the national anthem. Again, as you said going in, not the best rendition, but it captured it, what we needed to capture, and so kudos to the Army-Navy folks, again, with the national anthem. Tom Taylor Sports Show. All right, my buddy, did you see about the radio, what happened to this radio crew at Wake Forest? Have you seen this story?
I've seen that story, yeah,
The mole. How about that for the mole, by the way? So here's the story. If you missed it, it's interesting. Kind of sad commentary, but after Wake Forest loses to Louisville in college football back on November the 12th, Coach Dave Clawson alleged that Louisville had received impermissible information that benefited the Cardinals on the field. There's a rat in the woodpile, as Daddy would say back home. Hello, Jerry Keller, by the way, listening and watching. At the time, the pointed allegation seemed to be an indictment of Bobby Petrino, and let me rephrase that. The pointed allegation seemed to be an indictment of Bobby Petrino's staff. After an internal investigation, it turns out the mole was in Winston-Salem all along. Wake Forest announcing Tuesday it has fired Tommy Elrod, a member of the school's radio broadcast team. He's one of us. After an investigation revealed the announcer attempted to provide confidential and proprietary game preparations on multiple occasions starting back in 2014. Elrod was a former Wake Forest player from 93 to 97 and a member of the Jim Grobe staff for 11 seasons. After not being retained by the current coach, Dave Clawson, Elrod was hired as a radio analyst, and I guess he said, okay, you're not going to have me back on your staff? I'll fix you, I guess is what the whole point of this. Clawson says, I'm extremely disappointed that our confidential game preparation was compromised. It's incomprehensible that a former Wake Forest student-athlete football player, graduate assistant, full-time football coach, and current radio analyst for the school would betray his alma mater, which I would agree with. We allowed him to have full access to our players, team functions, film room practices, all of our strategies, all of our game plans, everything. He violated our trust, which impacted our entire program. I'm glad we have taken steps to ensure it will not happen in the future. At this point, this is a matter for Athletic Director Ron Wellman and others to act on. My staff and I, meanwhile, are focused on Temple and getting ready for the Military Bowl. The school not only announced that Elrod had been fired, but he's been banned from Wake Forest athletics and its facilities forever on a permanent basis. And he should be. Thank you, Jerry Keller. Appreciate that. Very nice comment. So what do you think, Ben Foy? You take a guy that's been on the radio staff. He was on the coaching staff for 11 seasons. New coach doesn't bring him back. He said, okay. He clear my throat here. Said, okay, I'll fix you. And so he goes out and starts giving all the information after going to practices and watching film, getting ready for the teams, and handing it off to the other teams. That would be a mole or a spy, right?
I don't know if it was revenge or just money or what the deal was, but I think if he lives anywhere near Winston-Salem,
Yeah, he ain't the sharpest knife in the drawer, no question about that. So, well, and understandably so. I mean, any school that could be going through this, to have somebody that's betrayed you and given all your information to the other team so they can beat you, yeah, he needs to be banned. Yeah, you're that. Yeah, well, you're exactly right, but my bad. Yeah, he didn't attempt to do it; he did it and got caught doing it. So, yeah. So, Tommy Elrod, again, no longer with the Wake Forest radio team, and he shouldn't be, and so he should be banned permanently, and apparently he is, and that would be the only right thing to do, because this guy clearly violated his breach of trust and confidence for the Wake Forest football team. No, I don't think he needs to come our way, so don't think I've got room for him over on this side of the fence. What do you think? Well, I don't either. But again, no. Once you violate your trust, and once you're done, you're done. In anything, whether it's a relationship, a job situation, once the trust is gone, it's kind of hard to get it back. Here's another Christmas gift giving idea here at Max Medicine Mart. I maybe just take these home with me. These are Russell Stover double dipped milk chocolate pretzels. Lawsy mercy. Get a glass of milk's cold, makes your teeth hurt. Milk chocolate pretzels. Russell's their little individual bag, not an individual bag, but a small bag. And I think those got Tom Taylor's name on them. I think those will sit right over with me for the rest of the show. But they've got others, of course. Man, double dipped milk chocolate pretzels. Lawsy mercy. I don't know how good they are for you, but I like them. So, hello, Tommy Alderman. Appreciate you, my friend. We're live at Mike's Medicine Mart on Center Street in Kingsport, where Nature's Way is 25 or 20% off everything in the store. Almost give an extra 5%. Everything Nature's Way is 20% off for the month of December. Jeff Fisher, we talked about this getting fired. Now, have you seen where some of the players have come out on his behalf and said, you know what, we let this guy down. Some of the players, the LA Rams, one of those being defensive lineman William Hayes, says he was offended when asked if Jeff Fisher, quote, lost the locker room. He said, absolutely not, it's a bunch of bull. Everybody in the locker room loves this guy. I don't want to get personal and throw shots at anybody, but individually, guys didn't do what they're supposed to do. We didn't win the games we should have won. We failed him. So Hayes began his career in Tennessee with the Titans back in 2008, where Fisher was the coach until 2010. The two reunited with the Rams in 2012. And so special teams coordinator John Fassel was named the Rams interim coach for the final 3 games. And so Hayes says, I can't stand here and say I support the decision. That's above my pay grade. I'm going to give 110%, but at the end of the day, I thought personally Fisher did a great job leading this team. It's unfortunate because the losses always get put on the head coach, but the reality is we, the football players, screwed up. That's pretty, not many would say that. I admire this guy. Yeah, because, a lot of times when you see programs that continue to, in baseball in particular, continue to fire the managers. And, at some point, the players got to step up and, somebody's got to take accountability for why the teams aren't doing well. It's not always the manager's fault. He just happens to be the quickest fix, the point guy to get rid of him. So here's a man in here with a Raider shirt on. I like it. The Raiders. That guy's got good taste right here. He's got the best shirt on in the world. The Raiders. They're playing my boys are playing the Chargers on Sunday, so I got sidetracked. As I saw this guy with the Raiders shirt on, I lost all. What was I talking about? See, I just get goo-goo when I see somebody's got a Raiders shirt on in East Tennessee. Anyway, offensive lineman Jamin Brown thanked Fisher for giving pretty much everyone in the room the opportunity to do what we love to do. So not everybody apparently is in agreement that Jeff Fisher got canned. And so this guy was 31 wins, 45 losses, and a tie in 5 seasons. And so some of the folks, again, have said, we're sorry you're gone. We didn't do you right, and we didn't perform like we should have, and that cost you your job. One of the names being batted around to be the new coach for the Rams, the Seattle Seahawks, Pete Carroll. I don't see that happening, but you never know. It depends how much money they're going to waive. They're also Pete Carroll, also Jim Harbaugh. I can't see him leaving Michigan to coach the Rams unless they throw a lot of money at him. Josh McDaniels, again, Doug Fritz. Yesterday we were at the Hokey Smoke. We talked about Kyle Shanahan being a possibility, maybe. But anyway, the players saying, Jeff Fisher, we let you down, and we are sad and disappointed we did that. Tom Taylor Sports Show, we're live again at Mike's Medicine Mart. Another product they've got here is called the Naked Bee product line. All the good stuff, none of the bad stuff. This is serious hand repair cream, Naked Bee. That's another stocking stuffer. Again, this is made, by the way, here in the Tri-Cities in Elizabethton. So this is a locally produced product, the Naked Bee product line. This is called Serious Hand Repair Cream. Also here is the Naked Zinc Lip Balm. Again, for the chapped lips, going to get cold. Ben's going to have a forecast coming up here in a little while. By the way, this particular fragrance or type of this particular Serious Hand Repair Cream is Orange Blossom Honey. So that's what's going on there. And so this is something else you can take in. Plus, this is local. Be loyal, buy local. This is produced and made here in the Tri-Cities in Elizabethton, which for those of you watching on Facebook or out of town, Elizabethton's here in the Tri-Cities, and where we're sitting about, 20, 25 miles away, I guess, if that far. But anyway, the Naked Bee product line available here at Mike's Medicine Mart. And again, that's a great stocking stuffer. A lot of folks come in here and just get one of these little baskets and go around and just kind of hand create a customized basket with candies and vitamins and all the different types of things they've got here. They got 7 times 20, 140 feet of nothing but teas. Now, if you like teas, of course, this is the season for teas. They've got every conceivable. They got black tea, green tea, herbal tea, and they got all kinds of teas. They got 7 aisles, not aisles, 7 shelves, 20 feet long, of nothing but teas here at Mike's Medicine Mart. So a lot of different things you can come in here and get as gift-giving ideas. One of those is produced here in the Tri-Cities in Elizabethton, the Naked Bee Company. And again, this is serious hand repair cream for someone who has dry hands, and make a great gift-giving idea for folks there. We talked with Sheriff Anderson a few minutes ago from the Sullivan County Sheriff's Department about the Toys from Cops coming up on Saturday up in Bloodville. Ben, you see where the Bengals stepped up? The Cincinnati Bengals went and delivered 257 bicycles to some kids in the poor side of Cincinnati, and said this walked up and showed up at Lincoln Heights Elementary School yesterday and gave away 257 bikes to the kids. Andrew Whitworth, Pac-Man Jones, a couple of the guys being a part of that for the Bengals. So thought that was pretty cool. And so kudos to the Bengals. And, we got a lot of good folks in this country. On this show and other sports shows, you hear about the 2% idiots. But, most folks are 98% good people, just doing their thing, going to work every day, banging it out, trying to get the bills paid. And so we generally have to focus on the 2% of the yo-yos. But, by and large, this happens all the time. And here the Bengals give away 257 bicycles to kids up in Cincinnati who otherwise wouldn't have some. So, again, nice touch by the Cincinnati Bengals football team. In particular, Andrew Whitworth and Adam Pac-Man Jones. Thought that was very, very nice. So, we got some good folks around here, don't we, my friend? Yeah, and around the country, obviously, in Cincinnati. Also, more pro football news. The Miami Dolphins have a chance to make the playoffs. Ryan Tannehill went out as the starting quarterback. Again, he sprained his left knee last week. He'll be sidelined for at least the rest of the season, which means they're scrambling for quarterbacks now in Miami. They went out and got Matt Moore. This young man hasn't made a start since 2011. They're retreading quarterbacks. He's a career 59% passer with over 5,300 yards, 33 touchdowns, and 28 interceptions. Also, they went out and signed, T.J. Yates. Last played in Houston last year, making 2 starts. And so he's also played for Atlanta. And we said made 5 starts with Houston as well, both last year and back in 2011. So the Dolphins are scrambling to find some way to fill the bill for Ryan Tannehill. And so Matt Moore, they signed him, and also T.J. Yates. We'll get down the NFL schedule coming up here in a few minutes and let you know who's playing where for the NFL season coming up. Of course, tomorrow night is the first one for the week, and you've got, in fact, I know where the Miami Dolphins are. They're in New York against the Jets on Saturday. Tomorrow night, the Rams will be in Seattle to battle the Seahawks with their new coach, John Fassel, the interim coach. So that's your first 2 games for the National Football League coming up, and so that's what's going on there. We'll take a quick break, come right back. We'll talk about some local high school, college basketball, and high school basketball. Also got a story about the Cleveland Indians. Hello, Michael Smith. Cleveland Indians are wanting to do away with the Chief Wahoo logo. Apparently it is offensive to folks, I guess, namely some Native Americans, and so as a result, the Indians may not be the Indians much longer. In fact, I've got some names, you're not going to believe some of the names they're coming up with, to change the Indians to a new nickname for the Cleveland Indian baseball team, the professional baseball team. Take a look at that and more coming up. We're live at Mike's Medicine Mart. We're here again working our way through this Wednesday. Tomorrow we're going to be at Champion Chevrolet on the Bristol Motor Mile, Johnson City. We'll be back in Johnson City tomorrow. Of course, we're here today in Kingsport. I'd say next week we're going to be at Hardee's in Colonial Heights on Monday. Tuesday we're going to be, where we're going to be Tuesday. Gosh, where are we Tuesday? Tuesday we're going to be, Larry Kaiser Nationwide Insurance in Johnson City. Wednesday we'll be at Brummett Sports in Elizabethton, and Thursday we'll be at Champion Chevrolet next week. Friday we're going to be at a Food City that we don't know yet which one we're going to be. Haven't got our marching orders to go to that one yet, but that's where we're going to be next week. Every day of the week we'll be on the trail. Next week having a big time. Quick break, we'll be right back. Get ready for the touchstones. Give you a chance to get qualified to win some cold cash like Bill Lister did last week. Bill Lister got himself some free cold cash yesterday. Stopped by the Hokey Smokey restaurant where we were broadcasting live yesterday. By the way, after the show, sit down and eat that turkey club. Lawsy mercy, that was good. A young lady named Taylor was our waitress who did a fabulous job, and it was good. And don't forget, if you want to have them smoke a 13-pound turkey or an 8-pound ham for Christmas, they're doing it. You can call the Hokey Smokey in Johnson City. They'll put you on the list. You got to pick it up on Christmas Eve. They're going to be open until 6 on Christmas Eve. So if you're looking for a smoked ham or a smoked turkey and have them do it as only they can, you want to give them a call again at the Hokey Smokey in North Johnson City and get your name on the list to get it ordered. You'll pick it up on Christmas Eve. Quick break. We'll be right back. Touchstones coming, and also talking baseball next here on the Tom Taylor Sports Show. All right, Facebook folks, again, be sure and follow me, and then also share it if you don't care, please. I would appreciate that. Share the show. Again, the Tom Taylor Sports Show on Facebook and also on Twitter, Tom Taylor Sports. Also on local, both sites, you can get a daily guest list of who's going to be here. Also the Cash for Christmas giveaway. And don't forget to follow my personal Facebook page as well, Tom Taylor. So all that going on. Of course, we're here live at Mike's Medicine Mart, Juggling Radio and the Internet. So, again, follow us on Facebook. We're on camera here right now, and we will pick back up here in a few minutes. Rob Cole stopped by from Base Mountain Park, and we're going to talk to him coming up in just a second. I'm going to step out here just a minute and go get me a bottle of water, and I'm going to come right back and be ready to roll with Rob Cole and talk about his beloved Rams. And also the Cleveland Indians trying to get rid of the Indian logo, Chief Wahoo. Unbelievable. The squeaky wheel gets the grease. I thought we were in a country where majority rules, not minority, but I guess the squeaky wheel gets the grease, and so some folks are upset about it. I'm going to tell you, if this rolls, I mean, you got the Redskins. Look at all the teams that have a Native American connotation to it, especially here local, too. Good grief. Dobbins Minute Indians right down the street. Happy Valley Warriors in Carter County. So a lot of repercussions if this goes through. But anyway, they're trying to get rid of the Indian logo in Cleveland. Let me go get a bottle of water. I'll be right back. Oh. Hey, buddy.
I hear you.
Lord have mercy. I'm doing Facebook and...
Rolling, aren't you?
Oh, like Willie. We're ready to get water.
It's not quite, but I think it's
I forgot to bring you the... Oh, all right. All right, Bubba. Okay, I got my water and I'm ready. All right. Thank you, my friend Ben Foy. Again, give us a call right now. Get qualified. Why would you not? We're giving away free cash on Friday. Cash for Christmas. Why would you not call? 929-7900. Caller number 3. Light us up. We want to put some cold cash in your hand like we did Bill Lister from Gray. If you called last week and got qualified, you don't have to worry about it. We've got you taken care of. So buzz us at 929-7900. Caller number 3. We're waiting on you here on the Tom Taylor Sports Show. Our next guest stops by, and he is here, and we're ready to go with him, our buddy Rob Cole from Bays Mountain Park. Morning, Governor. How are you?
I'm not going to complain.
There you
How
go.
are you?
I'm happy as a pig in slop. How about that?
That's happy.
Hanging in there like a hair in a bit.
Yeah.
Hanging in there like a hair in a biscuit. Have you ever heard that one?
I have.
There you go.
I've done it.
You've done it. There you go. All right, your Rams. Let's get Rob on camera, by the way, so you can see the guy right here. Where is he?
Oh, you don't need to do that.
Where are you? Are you there?
Right there.
There you go.
Yeah, it's not a pretty sight.
Nah, yes, it is. Your mama thinks you're handsome, so that's all that matters.
Yeah.
Mom and daddy.
Only a face mama could look.
There you go. I'm not going to say that. So what I'm going to say is your Rams got rid of Brother Fisher. Some of the players, I just had a story as you were coming in, some of the players saying we did this guy an injustice. We didn't play and perform for him like we should. The guy was 31, 45, and 1. So something didn't go right for him. But anyway, some of the players saying we didn't do Jeff Fisher justice, and he got a bum rap getting fired. What do you think?
I think wait till the next coach comes in and see how hard you have to work now. This is player speak. Your actions spoke louder than words on the field. There's some talent there on the defensive side. There's bits and pieces on the offensive side. Todd Gurley, for example. There's no doubt they made some poor draft choices. My opinion is that the cleansing isn't done yet. I'm guessing that GM Les Snead probably doesn't need to be too comfortable either. This is the kind of thing you expect to hear. I think after something like this, some of the guys obviously are fans of Jeff Fisher's, but the bottom line is it didn't get done. It's a result-oriented business, and this
the way it goes.
Way it goes, the way the ball bounces. Are you a fan of Jared Goff going forward? Do you think this guy's the answer for the Rams? They number one draft pick. You like him?
I think it's too early to tell still. I think he needs, and forgive the way this sounds, but I think he needs a confident coaching staff. I think he needs somebody with a clear vision. You know, we give Fisher, a pass a lot of times for Steve McNair. Steve McNair was a one-of-a-kind talent. He may not have been the most accurate passer, but I was a leader, and he could be accurate. He was mobile, and the other quarterback has Fisher had that's risen to that level. I say wait till the next half. I'm not ready to cut bait just yet, but if you're the Rams in the next draft, somewhere in the second, third round, in my opinion, you got to look at depth, if nothing else.
Talking to Rob Cole from Base Mountain Park, talking a little sports. We're live here at Mike's Medicine Mart on Center Street in Kingsport, where Nature's Way is 20% off the entire month of December, which we're, 14 days in, so you're almost the halfway point. Everything in here, Nature's Way, is 20% off. Great time to come in here and get a basket and just go through, and I know folks do this all the time. Got to customize a gift basket Christmas for all the different kind of things that you would need here from Mike's Medicine Mart, which we're going to talk about here with Dr. Walton in a few minutes, including a whole 4 shelves of nothing but willow tree angels. If you are someone who likes to give willow tree angel gifts for Christmas, they got 4 shelves full of willow tree angels there over there against the wall. We're going to talk about that coming up here in a little while. Rob Cole, so again, you look tomorrow night, the Rams. I noticed they're going to play Seattle. They're going to switch the color of their helmets, going back to the traditional blue and white helmets back in the day of the late Deacon Jones and Roman Gabriel. I don't think it's going to make any difference. What do you think?
No, it's not going to make any difference. Plus, you got an angry Seattle team that, after the way they played last game out, they're going to be ready to prove something. Now, all of a sudden, you've got all these boo birds that are claiming that Seattle's the benefit of the weaker division. It's probably not going to be a pretty sight for the Rams on a short rest. I'm guessing that Seattle's going to be just a little bit angrier and a little bit more together than the Rams will be. And, I expect another traditional Rams loss there, and this is why I've been so open to your silver and black.
The Raiders. Man, you look good in black. I'm telling you, silver and black. Right there with that Bays Mountain logo, big Raiders helmet, looking good.
It worked.
The shield, oh yeah. I'm working on you for Christmas.
Right.
Just tell me right now you're willing to jump ship, and Christmas is coming your way with the Raiders.
Hey, you know my feelings.
Oh, baby, hit the bell. Where's the bell at? Where is the bell when I need the bell? Where is the bell?
Oh, right there.
Oh, it's right underneath me. Hit the bell. Oh,
Go.
baby.
That's the winner right
We're
there.
going. Are you still on camera?
I'm there.
There you go.
I'm there. Hey, T.O.'s watching.
The Tommy Audible.
Hunter Locke, Taylor Green, Michael Smith.
There you go. Got these folks watching us. We're talking to our man, Rob Cole. Jerry Jones did it again. Jones has come out, just leave it alone, Jerry. Leave it alone. Dak Prescott had 2 bad games in a row. He's a rookie. It's okay. But, the speculation, of course, the media's, they're fanning these flames. You're going to bring Romo back. He says, absolutely not. Prescott's my guy till further notice. So, again, whether the media's whipping this up or Jerry Jones whipping it up, leave it alone. Yeah. Let this guy play out the string. He's got you to, 11-2? They and the Patriots, 2 best teams in the NFL. Let it go, but Jerry Jones won't let it go, will he?
He's not going to let it go. He can't let it go. He's, that's the kind of ego he has. The worst part is the impact it has on Dak Prescott. What does it do for coach? Any coach in that situation, let alone had with him for a long time. It makes you wonder sometimes who's calling the shots. And, it can't be a comfortable situation for anybody underneath Jerry Jones, but I imagine in some regards they're used to that. People like Jerry Jones and Phil Jackson these days, they just, for some reason, they just open their mouth and need to be heard, and what comes out is not always productive for your team.
No. Well put. Again, we're talking to our buddy Rob Cole from Bays Mountain Park. We'll talk about the mountain coming up here in a minute. Some good Christmas gift-giving ideas. You got, 10 days to shop for Christmas now, up to Christmas Eve. We're on the 14th day of December, 2016. Also coming up on the local scene, John Dyer gets his 500th victory as a Sullivan East coach. Not a classier guy anywhere. We're going to talk about that coming up here in a few minutes. Tennessee men's basketball last night. The Lady Vols play tonight, trying to get untracked. We'll tell you who they're playing at Thompson Bowling. All that coming up straight ahead here on the Tom Taylor Sports Show. Again, we're here at Mike's Medicine Mart. So, again, a couple of more sports notes before we get into Bays Mountain Park. You switch gears, and let's take a look at baseball. Your Cardinals pick up Fowler from the Cubs. Huge acquisition, filling a lot of holes. And Cub fans don't like it, but the Cardinal fans love it, as you being one of those. Big pickup for you guys, wasn't it?
Oh, huge, huge. This is a win on two different fronts. They took two from us last year, Hayward and Lackey. This year we've got Fowler. It's obviously not going to gain 15 games on the Cubs, but it puts us closer. We've got a guy who can set the table at the top of the lineup. We've got a guy who can shore up our middle of the center of the field defense and help us in a big way there in the outfield. He's got great range, got a good arm. He's got the kind of instincts you want out there. He's a gamer. He's a winner. His at-bats, he grinds them out. He's a lot like Matt Carpenter. He'll go deep in the pitch count. He'll make the pitcher work, and that's what we got to have. At the end of the day, we've got to have someone like that. It kind of, as a Cardinal fan, it kind of makes me giddy thinking of two Matt Carpenter-style hitters there in the lineup. It also gives you flexibility now. You can play a little bit with Matt Carpenter. You know what kind of at-bats he takes. What will he do in more of a run-producing role? Because now you can put Fowler at the top at leadoff. You don't have to lead off with Carpenter. So, there's a lot of benefits to this trade. I thought this was a great move. I hear a lot that the Cardinals overpaid for Fowler. I guess we'll see in time. I personally think it was a great move.
On the Rob Cole from Bays Mountain Park. Also, the Braves acquire former Cardinal Jaime Garcia. Is he washed up? Is there any gas in the tank for Garcia? Was that a good pick for the Braves, or was that another one of those we hope it pans out kind of deal?
I think it's kind of right now that we hope it pans out. Because here's the deal with Garcia. Man, if he's on, he's got electric stuff. The lefty, he's got wicked movement on his pitches. It's always been for him just a matter of staying healthy and being consistent. Too many times he gets outside the zone and struggles with control. But man, when he's on, this could be a great pickup for the Braves. Could be.
College football, Tennessee getting ready for Nebraska, the Music City Bowl. I don't know if it's a must-win for Butch Jones, but it's pretty dadgum important for a lot of reasons. The natives are restless and how things wrapped up at the end of the season. I think they need to come out and be very strong, be very dominant, which is not going to be easy because Nebraska's a good football team.
Yeah.
They were top 10 in the country and undefeated at one point. So, tough test for the Volunteers. Am I right in saying this is I don't know if it's a must-win for Butch Jones, but it's going to be very, very important in the offseason to kind of keep things quieted down if he can win this game?
No, I think that's fair to say. He's got some nice momentum with a couple of recent recruiting pickups, and that's great. That's awesome.
What people want to see is that people want to look at what you're doing on the field. Now, finish strong. You've had some adversity. You had some injuries. You had some. Let's face it. You made some mistakes as a coaching staff. You didn't get it done. This is a chance to close the season out on a positive note. Everybody can appreciate that. I know I'd rather have 9 wins than 8 and one more loss. So, I think it's critical. I think this is, plus going into the home stretch during the finish of the recruiting season. You want that W. You want to show out on a national scale and let folks know that in spite of the way the season went, you still got it together, and you can rise above, if you will. He's preached it. He's talked about resiliency. Now show it.
Talking to Rob Cole, Bays Mountain Park. We're live at Mike's Medicine Mart. Love talking to this guy on sports because he is the interim park manager at Bays Mountain Park. Get to that here in just a second. You look, again, Lane Kiffin's been the big buzz, along with Fisher earlier in the week. Lane Kiffin leaving Alabama, going to Florida Atlantic. A couple of things that strike me as being interesting about this whole scenario. Number one, he's still going to be the offensive coordinator for Alabama. Now is as you well know, prime time for recruiting. He's not going to be out on the trail. He's going to leave that to somebody else. He has agreed to fulfill his commitment as the offensive coordinator for Alabama as they try and win a national championship. So, and then I look at the coaching that he's going to be going up against just in Florida. We talked about this yesterday with Doug Fritz from the Johnson City Press. Guys like, Jim McElwain, Florida, Jimbo Fisher, Florida State, Mark Richt of Miami. Butch Davis is now in Florida back at the Central Florida coaching. You also have Charlie Strong back at South Florida. And those guys right there, plus the Harbaughs, the Myers, the the other guys are going back into Florida rather to get some of the recruits, and so it's a hotbed for recruiting. So, Lane Kiffin, my question to you is, number one, why do you think you did it? Florida Atlantic doesn't seem to be a plum job for me. I'm walking away from a $1.4 million coaching position in Alabama. So question number one, why did you do it? And number two, how do you juggle being an offensive coordinator on one side of your brain, and the other side of the brain, you're trying to put together staff, do some recruiting, get moved, get ready to roll. So there's a lot going on behind the scenes. Question number one, why do you think you did it?
I think he's so desperate to be a head man again. Houston publicly turned him down, and I suspect other opportunities viewed him in much the same light. There's not a doubt in my mind he had his agent, sending feelers out for those other jobs as well. Nobody bid, obviously. We don't know how deep any conversation went, but we know Houston at least came out and said publicly they viewed him as a risk. I think maybe he views this as his best chance to prove that he can still do it, that he's not a risk. We'll know here in a few years if the NCAA comes camping out at his doorstep, and we know it was a bad risk. If he turns the corner and turns FAU into at least a competitive team, then maybe he's done something that warrants consideration for higher jobs. He didn't do that bad at Tennessee, but he did skirt with the violations there with the NCAA, and obviously he hurt us a little bit that way. What he did in terms of reclaiming Jonathan Crompton as a quarterback can't be dismissed. I mean, that was not the most talented Tennessee team we've had, and we managed to do fairly well. So, the guy can coach, and having that in his blood, I suspect, makes answer number two a little bit easier as well. I think he's smart enough to know that he's got to have people doing some of this stuff for him. I imagine that he's got to know that he's got to take care of business for Nick Saban. I don't think Saban's going to accept anything less. I think he's smart enough to know that he's got to have his agent and others in the industry around him to do some of the legwork to fill his coaching staff. We're in an NCAA recruiting dead period right now, so there's not really anything lost there. But that ends pretty quickly right after the playoffs, and he's got to be ready to hit the ground running. So, in a weird kind of way, this may be the right kind of test for him. If he can humble himself enough to be a head man at an FAU as opposed to a USC or a Tennessee or even a Houston, if this works out for him, I say great. But we all know his track record, and until he proves us wrong, that's the way he is.
Dr. Rob Cole, Bays Mountain Park. Going to talk about the Indians here before I close out, but let's talk gift-giving ideas. Bays Mountain Park, memberships. You got a gift shop up there. Tell me some gift-giving ideas. We've got 10 days away for someone who loves outdoors. This is a perfect gift-giving idea for something from Bays Mountain Park. Tell me about it.
Oh, it is. And I'll tell you, we just this week we got a great gift idea in the park. It's a calendar. 2017 Wolves of Bays Mountain features various pictures of each of our wolves, some in action, some just resting, but they're beautiful pictures taken by a local photographer and proud to say park volunteer Jay Huron. And it's $15 a calendar. All the proceeds stay with the park, help support park programs, and of course help feed the animals. So great gift right there. Again, 2017 Wolves of Bays Mountain calendar. That's a great one. The other you mentioned is a no-brainer, our park memberships. As old cousin Eddie says, it's a gift that gives year-round. And, what a better way to tell someone you care than by getting a membership. There's a lot of reasons for that. People enjoy the park for hiking, mountain biking. People come just solely for the planetarium shows. Some come for the animals alone. Some come and enjoy it all. The bottom line is it's a great bargain at $25 for an individual membership, $35 for a family membership. It gets you in the park, one free vehicle entry with each visit, and you could, for example, with the family membership, you get up to 6 free program passes each visit throughout the year at the park. And of course, those programs include our planetarium shows, the barge ride, nature programs, and 50% discount on the zip line. So great bargain, and just in those 2-3 things alone, I can think of you know, maybe great Christmas gifts. Of course, we've also got the stocking stuffers, stuffed animals, other little toys, educational and fun. So drop on by and see us if you haven't finished that shopping.
You got it. We're on the Rob Cole Base Mountain Park. Before we get out of here again, or let you go, I should say, I know you get back to work, but Indians continue to phase out the Chief Wahoo logo. Cleveland has said it's offensive to Native Americans, and so they're in the process of trying to get that changed. You're still on camera, they are, to get that changed. Trying to hold two things at once here. Here are some of the new logos, or some of the new nicknames they want to come up with. Cleveland's been gradually phasing out the Chief Wahoo logo in recent years. The Cleveland Scene, a weekly publication, proposing some team nickname changes for the Indians this week. Some of those include the Cleveland Spiders, the Cleveland Industrials, the Cleveland Sound, the Cleveland Inventors, the Cleveland Guardians, and the Cleveland Blue Collars. Those are some of the ideas from folks in Cleveland to switch them to from the Indians and get rid of the Chief Wahoo logo, saying it's offensive to Native Americans. And as I said when you walked in here, if we go down that road, there's a lot of teams. Of course, the Redskins are still fighting. They're in the Supreme Court, still fighting legal action over keeping the Redskins and their logo. Then, of course, just here locally. I mean, if you get into that where you got to change names involving Indians, Dobbins Bennett, as we said earlier, Cherokee Chiefs, Happy Valley Warriors. You got streets around here named. There's a Cochise Trail up there in Blumpville. It's named after. I mean, this can be a hornet's nest. But anyway, your take on the Indians, Cleveland trying to modify or water down the Chief Wahoo logo and kind of do away with the Indian name. What do you think?
You know, and I may be a little different than most people in this regard. It's I've spoken to actual Native Americans who appreciate the focus that, for example, Cleveland Indians or Dobbins Bend Indians still places on their heritage. You know, we tend to forget, and in some cases that's a good thing. You know, there's also, obviously, you can't discount there are those out there that feel it's offensive, and I get that. I guess my question is, when you're, for example, a Cleveland, maybe you could do it as, if you're the Washington Redskins. Why not approach the Native American community and say, what can we do? If it involves a name change, then let's look at how you can do that in a manner that still preserves the Indian heritage. You're looking at Cleveland Indians. Do you really want to go to the Cleveland Spiders from the Cleveland Indians?
No.
I mean,
no.
Is that way? I mean, Spiders, I guess you want your ball club to be named Cleveland Spiders or the Industrials?
Or the Guardians?
Or the Guardians in a city that also, by the way, screams rock and roll. You've got the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. It just seems like they could come up with better than that. Why not reach out to the Native American community? Why not show some sincere, genuine concern and not just a knee-jerk PC reaction? Why don't you reach out to them and see what you can do to honor them? Hey, I guarantee you'll come up with a better logo than the Guardians.
Or the Blue Collars.
But that's just my thoughts.
Or a light bulb turned sideways and says Cleveland Inventors. Really?
Yeah.
Nah.
I'm guessing. Yeah. I'm guessing that's not going to happen. But
there's got to be a better way to come up with something. You've got the Cavaliers and basketball. You've got the Brown. Of course, some folks don't need to come up with anything. Leave it as it is. Reach out to the Native Americans, see if they got a problem. Because I know some. They don't have a problem with it. They say, every time you mention the Indians, if you do away with it, every time you mention the Indians, that's a chance for their name not to be mentioned. So
right, exactly, and we without getting deep into history, the injustices we've done already are too numerous to mention, and are we about to do one more? When you could simply turn around and say, hey, how can we best honor your history, your heritage? How can we best preserve that? This is a national stage. This is an opportunity. Cleveland Indians made postseason. How many mentions did Cleveland Indians get on the radio, on TV? Now, obviously, it's not necessarily raising money for the Native American cause per se, But it sure does keep their heritage and history top of mind. Why not reach out to them? That's my thought, and maybe that's not that easily done. In my mind, it is. You've got professionals that you pay to do your marketing, your branding, and those kinds of things. Send them out.
See what they can come up with. Come back and report back to me.
Yeah, reach out to them.
There you go. Hours you're open at Bays Mountain Park, my friend. Up on the mountain, open 7 days a week. And what's the hours you're going to be open, or are open?
Right now, we're open 8:30 a.m. until 5 p.m. Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. until 5 p.m. on Sunday. Just a quick reminder, we are closed Christmas Eve, Christmas Day, and New Year's Day. Open regular schedule the rest of the time.
There you go. Good job, my friend. Talk to you next week.
Hey, look forward to it, Big T.
You are the man with the plan right there.
Oh, no, I'm just a man talking to thee, man.
Silver and black. He looks good in silver and black, though. Ray does. That's our buddy Rob Cole. Again, we're live here again at Mike's Medicine Mart. Make tracks to Mike's. And we're going to take a break, come right back. And when we do, I think, yep, he says he's ready to roll. Dr. Barry Walton's going to join us coming up next year. We're going to do a little walk through the store and have big time. We're going to do that next year on the Tom Taylor Sports Show, live at Mike's Medicine Mart on Center Street in Kingsport, here on the Tom Taylor Sports Show.
All right, Big T.
All right, Facebook folks, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to temporarily stop this. I hate to, but we're going to use this phone to walk in the store. And you want to walk around the store? You want to be stationary? You want to walk around the store? Okay, so we'll stop the Facebook, and we're going to crank it back up here in a few minutes. So we'll do that, and we're going to use the phone as a mobile microphone, the magic of electronics. So we'll do that, and we'll come back to you here in just a few minutes. So hang with us, and we'll come right back here in a few and pick back up on the Facebook Live.